Little background music. Da, 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 da. We are live. Welcome everybody to the JVology Partner Spotlight Show. And the spotlight today is on Mr. James Lamb of Look Ahead Marketing.
Ooh, it's a party.
It is going to be a party for sure. We always have a good time with all of the things that we do and talk about. I'm your host, Krista Inochovsky, the Director of Member Success right here at JVology. And it's my pleasure to come to you and introduce to our community and anywhere else this page happened or this video happens to be shared, and get to feature some of our amazing JVology community members, and those such as James, who is also a mastery member.
Ooh.
You have been playing full out with us since February of 2020, and your world and business world has really shifted since then. That's definitely something we can dive into.
Yeah, I remember. Do you remember where we first met, Krista? We met in San Diego in February, right? In February of 2020. Well, obviously. Anyways, but back then I had a company that I really hated. I don't know how to say it otherwise. And I was kind of like, my quality of question just wasn't there, right? I was like, what the hell do I do to get out of this thing that I hate so much? And you know, I was like, I could try to change it, or I could try to like make it better. And you were like, you were straight. You were like, no, you just got to get out. Any way you can, just get out. And so since that time, I've taken a lot of your tutelage and Jay's tutelage, and I formed Look Ahead Marketing, which is my thing, which I actually love doing. I was talking to Jan about this the other day, and you know, we've had the kids for the last 3 weeks because Christmas and there's no school. And one of the things that I kind of sat there and I was like, I was getting antsy to do work. And I was like, am I doing that thing where I'm trying to multitask and just not doing it all well? And what it was it actually was just, I just wanted to get back to what I enjoy doing. And that's the truth of the matter.
That's such a great sign, isn't it?
It is.
When you're just naturally like excited for what you're going to create and reaching out to your clients, and you've seen what they're up to and how you're going to help them and what their growth is and all of those things. It's like, wow, that's when you know that you have alignment.
Yeah. And it's easy. Right. And I don't mean to trivialize entrepreneurship, because it's how do I say that? It's never easy, but once you find what you're supposed to do, it's easy. It's not a slog. And we're taught in school to focus on things we are not good at, which is a real shame sometimes, because when you focus on things that you're good at, it becomes really easy and really just, it's just, you know, graceful.
Yeah. And you know what, as you're saying, James, when we're so close to it and it comes easy to us, it's easy to forget how much value that work brings to other people.
Yes.
Close to us. They're like, well, I can do this in my sleep. And they're like, oh my gosh, but other people, this is so far from them. And my ease of doing things, or your ease of doing the marketing and the strategies that you teach, James, is second nature to you, but it's so exactly what other people need. And when you can embrace that and go, hey, if I'm in alignment, it should be easy. I can have more fun with it. And then my ease makes it that much easier for other people to receive it.
Yes. And thanks for pointing that out, Chris. And I just also want to add in the fact that the reason why I know how to market to so many people in so many different ways is because I have screwed up monumentally for so many years. I kind of know what works and what doesn't work and how much time these things take. So, you know, I think you saw this, but one of the things I'm doing right now is what's called a Founders Club for my brand new product, which I'm super excited about. And it's kind of like, that's one of the foundations is get marketing that works in your power for you, that you can control without, because that's effective. Because what we tend to do is, oh, I need funnels, I better go get a funnel system. Oh, I need affiliate codes, I better get affiliates. I better now I need this. But when you don't have anybody in, oh, hey, Liddy, how's it going? Shout out to Liddy. Hold on, I had to get there. There it is. Hi, Liddy. So when we don't have any customers, none of this is going to work. So my premise is always get customers, find leads, build your email list, build it in a way that's not too expensive for you, that's not going to bankrupt you, and that you have fun with and is reflective of you.
Absolutely. And, you know, no matter what type of business you're in, marketing is a part of every business, whether you like it, whether you're good at it, no matter what. If you're going to have customers and you're going to serve people, marketing needs to be a part of that mix. And so to be able to tap into your expertise and what you do to make that much easier for us, it's critical.
Yeah, most of the time, when we think about failures of business, we look at accounting, administration, operations, and marketing. It's 99% of the time marketing that just doesn't fire, or there's something blocking, or you don't believe in your product or yourself. There's something there that is really the crux of the problem, right? And that's the reason why marketing needs to work in your power, and you need to be comfortable with it, and you have to work with it, right? I had a student and I think you know her anyways, but I had a student last year during my beta test, and she was amazing. And I remember her conversation, and she was super shy, right? She worked with people who had IBS, I believe, so irritable bowel syndrome. And she herself had gone through a number of trials and tribulation, but she was so shy. And she was like, James, I know I have to do more Facebook Lives. And I was like, why? And she's like, well, everybody seems to do a lot of Facebook Lives. I said, if you don't want to do Facebook Lives and not in your power, don't do Facebook Lives. Like, it's okay. There's so many different ways to find your perfect person. You don't have to do what you hate.
And it's important not to, because you're not going to end up showing up as your best self.
Yes.
We don't all need to be everywhere.
Yes. It's like, have you ever gone to a wedding and someone gets up to do a speech, and the first thing they say, and in a wedding, you're like, I am rooting for you because you have the floor for the next 20 minutes. I hope this is going to be good. And they get up there and they're like, I'm not very good at speeches. And then you're like, okay, but I think you can still do this. I think you can still do this. And then like 5 minutes into the 25-minute speech, you're like, oh God, this is a train wreck, right? And but in this case, in business, you don't have to do a speech if you don't want to.
Right.
Right?
There's so many different ways to show up. So pick the ones that are your superpower.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what this is all about. So I'm doing, and see, this is part of the reason why we're having this pleasant conversation. Full on, this is my first launch. Okay, I've done a beta before, and the beta was, well, Krista, you were part of the beta, and I think you enjoyed it anyways.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right? The cool thing about the beta is, and this is one of the proudest things I've done recently, is that 15 people signed up, 13 people had gone every week for 6 weeks. That is freaking awesome. And it means that the value is there. So I am launching a course that basically is finding out what your superpower is, how to build your business around it, including how to build your marketing. So we are actually going to hold your hand, do step-by-step marketing. So when you come out of that 10-week course, it is done for you. It is on autopilot. The other thing we're going to do is talk about building community, not necessarily your own community, although if you want to do that, that's great too, but finding people that actually lift you up for this. Okay. And so that it launches in February 9th, is every Tuesday. But right now I'm doing a founders club. It's kind of like this. If you want to take a chance on me, and I absolutely appreciate it and will accept it with gratitude, I'm going to give you the course for, normally we charge $2,000 for the course. I'm going to give it to you for $997, or 3 payments of $340. And you get lifetime access to the course. Now, that's not just lifetime access to the recording. That is lifetime access. So every time I run the course, I'm going to run it multiple times for several years. You can come and join when I do it, and we can work on this together over and over and over again, because you can get better every time.
Marketing's never done, right? Never just done and you've done it. It evolves with you. Your message may change, your look will change. You may offer a new product, and things, you have to stay relevant. We have to keep on top of it. So that's an incredible offer to allow us to come back in time and time again, keep it fresh. Struggle
with marketing. That is the number one thing that we struggle with, because if you had enough people there, you wouldn't have to say, I don't have $500 right now. I don't have, I don't have to, you would have, and this is my goal, is to get you to a point where you are financially independent. Because once you figure out how much it costs to buy a customer on cold leads, the world is your oyster, right? If I give you if Krista, if I said, I'm going to give you how would you put it? If I said to you, Krista, give me $1 and I'll give you $5 back, you'd be like, yeah, I'm going to give you as many dollars as I can, right? And that's sort of what this is all about, right? Bringing them in, move them forward in your power, so what works for you, and then and building a business that you love and is fun and is a money printing machine again.
I love that we started this whole conversation talking about what's easy, how you wake up enjoying what you do and it comes easy to you because it's just so in alignment. And that's what your superpower is. And as you're helping other people find what their superpower is, what's easy for them, and to lead with that, then that marketing message becomes that much more powerful, aligned with who they are, and then actually doing the marketing activities that are fueled by your strengths and not trying to do the things just because other people are doing them.
Yes, absolutely. And look, there's some things that you have to do, right? Like there's some things that make you better and stronger. So for example, shout out to Lidia, who's on this call. She is doing, I think it's Facebook Live every day for a number of days. Is that right, Lidia? You can type in the chat. But shout out, because that is not her comfort zone, and that's okay. But I never want you to think, and these are two words that I want to try to eliminate in everybody's vocabulary, is I should. Right. I should do this. I should do that. I shouldn't need that. It's a really disempowering word, right? When you say you should, it is coming out of obligation instead of out of what is inherently your power. So that's one thing that I'd like to just put out to the universe. There, done.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of piggyback on that and using Lidia as a perfect example. So glad you're watching, Lidia. That just because you aren't good at something doesn't mean you can't become good at it. Yeah. And I'm not saying that Lidia's not good at anything, but maybe I know it's a stretch out of her comfort zone, but to show up and go, all right, I'm just going to commit to doing these lives for a while and see, maybe this is something I really can tap into. And you build that confidence and that strength and go, okay, now I'm going to add this to my marketing because I'm now good at it. Yes.
And this is coming full circle, but it's not bad. So let me put it this way: if we were working with Lidia, and Lidia is it become the Lidia Show? That's okay.
She's like, oh my gosh, I'm talking about.
It's sometimes easier to talk about other people than it is yourself. Okay, so but this is the cool thing, right? If this was monumentally useful for Lidia to do, we would say, what does Lidia say? So far not live, but there you go. It's getting there.
Her
live
videos. Yes, the 12-minute
video. So this is the cool thing, though. If that was one of the things that Lidia was monumentally moving her forward, is doing videos, then she does the course with me. And then next time we say, okay, this is how you get your videos to more people. And then when that becomes autopilot, you say, okay, this is how we're going to start using your videos and repurposing them and putting them into an email lead campaign. Right. And this gets really fun because you start stacking the different elements together, and all of a sudden you have this robust, fun, organized company that you don't play small in anymore. You have dozens or hundreds of dedicated followers, and it's fun and amazing again.
Yeah. And that energy, that natural energy comes across. And I think people can really sense when you're enjoying your business, you're having fun with your marketing, you're enjoying reaching out to people, opposed to doing things out of desperation, feeling like, oh my gosh, I have to do this, or, I've got to get this one more client, and the messaging comes across wrong. And just working with you, James, helps people stay on track because you're this amazing guiding light for them to say, whoa. I feel you're off. Let's try this, or let's go this way, and stay in your superpower. Stay with shining your best light and not trying to do, or we don't have to pose anymore. I mean, if anything, I'd say that's one of the best things that's come out of whether it's 2020 or kind of this era or decade is it's this authenticity that needs to shine through. In the days of putting on the suit to look like you're a business professional.
Yes. It's hard too, right? And this is one of the key planks that I make in my masterclass, but let me see if I can do it really quickly here. You have books, right? And look, I think education is an amazing thing. Learning is an amazing thing, and I will never stop you doing until you try to become those people. You have books like 7 Habits of the Highly Effective Person. So if you only have 6, you are clearly not very effective. You have books like How to Be a Badass. And the challenge is when we look externally for solutions, sometimes we're there for so long, we lose who we actually are and what we actually bring to the world. And we try to fix the problems. We spend all this time fixing those problems instead of actually just celebrating who we are. So team, if you were looking me to do a bookkeeping course, this is a terrible idea. I will never do it with you, right? if you're looking at me to be like the most organized person, that is just not me. Okay. But where I do shine is where I'm going to put the effort, right? And same thing with you, right, Krista?
Yes.
So.
Yeah. So I'd love to know a little bit more about how we can connect with you, or how our audience can connect with you about this offer that you're making. Tell us.
Yes. Okay. So there's two opportunities to work with me. One of them is that Founders Club. I think if it's meaningful, and if you need marketing help, this is the sign you're looking for. And I don't say this because I want the money, even though I want the money. I'm saying this just because it's a really good opportunity, right? And
I'm going to jump off for 1 sec. Go. It's your show. Take it for a second.
Okay.
I'm getting an emergency call. 1 sec.
Okay, bye. Apparently, it's the James Lamb show now. But if this is something that is meaningful to you, it's going to repay so many times over, and I want you to join me. This is the sign you've been looking for. It's a Founders Club. You get it for life. You get any bonuses that I have to put out for you. You get it at the lowest price it'll ever be, and you get to do it time and time again with a different set of groups, and you get stronger every time. The other thing is I'm also looking for JV partners. So my real launch is at the end of January. So it's coming up in a couple weeks. I'm creating Swipe Copy. You get 40% of $19.97. I am working on my webinar right now. And while I do not have the stats, I was looking at it and I think it is freaking awesome. And I hope Krista comes back soon because I'm not sure what to talk about now. What should we talk about? Lydia, are you still there? I don't know. I've never been by myself on an interview without somebody. So there you go. Do we have any jokes? Anybody a jokester here? So we have this new background here, and I kind of like it. So one of the things that I've done is normally I sit here, and a lot of you who have been watching this are sitting here. Let me see if I can find and one of the things I actually love is the fact that I can showcase this wall. This is one of my favorite walls, and my wife put it together a few months ago, and thank God Chris is back, first of all, but my wife put this wall together a few months ago, and it's one of my favorite things, and it now looks really good, and I really enjoy doing this. There you go. Chris, I just rambled for about 3 minutes there.
You're always great. You can go, James. We've had such a good time. But one of the most amazing things that I found about JVology and our community is because we attract like-minded people that are up to big things, that we just have so many common like core values and things that are important in the way that we're living our lifestyle, that it's you've become one of my best friends. And even though we're miles and miles apart, it's been awesome. And Lidia shows up. Like, we just have this really connected community that's got each other's backs. And we love to help each other to shine in our own lane. And yours is marketing. And you have been helping so many people within the JVology community and beyond, really break through those uncomfortable places, or those stuck places, or those places of confusion in their marketing, and say, this is how to do it. And it's been really an honor to not only be a part of your group, but to see the impact that you're making in our community, and then how that's up-leveling each one of them as they are also growing their business, growing their impact, growing in their joint venture partnerships, and expanding. And so we are this connected network that just keeps going.
Yeah, and the same goes for you too, right? And I want to share the story before we sign off, but one of the interesting things is I had a couple. Everybody wants to be Christmas, right? Let's be honest. But I had there was an event on at the end of last year, and this is at the end of like the Zoom year. I'm going to call it the Zoom year. Evenings, weekends, like it was insane, right? And I said, Chris, I can't do it anymore. And then you said, you were kind enough, and you said, James, I give you permission not to show up. And it's not because I need permission for you. Let's be honest with it. But it's just knowing someone well enough to be able to have that conversation and say, honestly, it's okay. Right? It's okay to do that. So thank you for you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Oh, well, thanks for saying that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's a multi-dimensional type of relationships. Yes, we have our market, we have our businesses that we're with and talking about, but we're humans, and we're fathers and mothers and friends and humans and people who work out and have, there's so many dimensions and layers to each of us, and we get to have connections in all of them.
That is true. Sometimes on our chat, I have to be like, Krista, I can't talk to you, Krista, my friend. I need to talk to the director of member care, Krista.
Exactly. Well, James, it's been so great getting to feature you and what you're doing, and give us a little heads up. I know that this the Founders Club is your top thing right now. What's kind of looking ahead? What's looking ahead for James in 2021?
Good question. Look, this is an excellent question. I'm not exactly sure, but I think this is the way I want to play it. Okay. I'm looking for, my goal is to get 32 people in the course. Right now, I have 8, and I'm absolutely thankful and in gratitude to those 8 who said yes. So this is like I said, this is my first launch ever, right? Next time I do this, I want 100, then I want 300. I'm also introducing a mastermind. So I think for me, it's all about scaling, because so many people need this, right? So many people need to, the tool is marketing, right? I'm just basically teaching marketing and messaging. But what is the product, Krista? The product, and you've seen this before in the beta class, the product is confidence. The product is being able to own and rock what you do, who you are, what you bring, and be okay with that, right? And more than anything, that is actually the product that comes out of it. So I'm really thrilled about this. I love this product. I think this is amazing. I've been kind of wandering around for about 8 months without a product, and finally at Summit, right, at JV Summit, kudos to Deidre for coming up with this, and then you and Jay for refining it. But this is where I've settled on, and it's really coming easily, which is nice.
Good. Well, can't wait to follow you along your progress. And all of you out there, connect with James. He's going to drop the link in the comments, or unless you have an easy URL.
No, there's no link. I'll make even one better. I'll tag myself, and then you can just direct message me and say, I'm in. I want to be a founder. That's it. Simple.
I love that. Send James a DM. Just inquire, ask what it's all about, and see how you can take your marketing message to the next level for whatever it is you have going on this year.
Woo! Good to see everybody. Thanks for chiming in, Lee. Thanks, Krista.
Thanks, everybody. The Partner Spotlight by JVology.
Bye.